Hey, what's going on, my fellow yoga friends? Yoga Strength TV here today, and what I want to share with you, give you a little bit of insight. One of my biggest challenges and mistakes that I've made in yoga, specifically, we're going to talk about plank position, is just improper form with plank. So, when we're in plank or when we're going into plank, two different things here. A lot of times, people will either have wrists, hands in front of shoulders, or potentially too far back. Either way, the goal here is to have hands right under your shoulders, right? You also want to imagine screwing your hands into the ground. So your index finger, thumb finger right here, a couple points to keep aware of being, you're putting your weight in there. Also, weight in the fingers. Your hands should be cupped like this. They should be nice and flat. When your hands are nice and flat on the floor, you're putting weight into your fingers, putting weight into the balls of these joints right here, into your thumb, versus just dumping all of the weight into your heel. So a lot of times, if you're in plank position, push-up position, anything like that, if you have pain in your wrists right here in the pad of your hand or in your wrist, it's because you're putting too much weight there. So transfer, use the hand, use the surface area of your hand to take up some of that weight. You're also going to want to screw your shoulder, it's just, imagine screwing your hands in just like that. It's going to create a very safe, solid, strong position for your shoulders. Notice my shoulders are out here. I've got this bounciness in my elbows. When I'm here, it's like, bam, I'm locked, can't move. I'm very stable. It's good there. So that's part one for developing a strong foundation with your arms when it comes to plank position. Step two, part two. So your legs are going to come out, and you may go into plank position in different variations. I'm just giving you some basic foundational structural points for it. So some people may have a good front end foundation, arm foundation. I myself was messed up on both of them. So the other part is, they'll dump the weight into the lower back. So I don't know if you can see, but my lower back right now has a lot of weight on it. I had a large curve in my lower lumbar spine. Some people, they have a natural curve like that anyways. It may look okay, it may be okay for them. But for the most part, you want that spine to be straight, solid, and supported as much as possible. Now, how do you do that? Well, the easiest kind of mind-mental muscle connection is bring your belly button to your spine. So you're using your core. Your core always locks and will protect and help stabilize your lower back. It's not just the muscles in your lower back that stabilize and protect your lower back. It's really your core. So when you suck in your core, you create a very stable, strong foundation. You want to bring that foundation that you create to the mat when you're in plank. And it's a very easily missed problem that I did and a lot of people do. So core is not engaged and just kind of hanging out. Don't try that at home. You can really hurt yourself. Now core is engaged. And when I engage my core, my glutes, my thighs pull up. You want to imagine your kneecaps pulling up towards your hip bone. Your quads are tight. Feel very strong in this position. And from the plank position, oftentimes we go into downward dog. So you go to downward dog. You're strong here. You go back to plank. Core is tight. Core is always going to be tight. Leg can come forward. Go there, low lunge, come back down, core is still tight, leg back, core is tight, leg front. Now, it sets you up to be able to move very easily, effortlessly almost, into the other positions. So that is the basic of setting up a good plank position. Strong foundation, strong core. If you're tall, if you have longer limbs, so you can be short and have long limbs. If you're tall and have long limbs like I am, you also need to be careful about going down into plank. So, or I'm sorry, not going down into plank, but going down into cobra pose or chaturanga. So I'm going to do this on my knees so it's easier to show you guys. So long limbs, tall people, short people with long limbs, going down here, you really only want to let your elbow go to here. Never let your elbow go past your back. You shouldn't be very conscious of it. It's not going to, kill you by any means, but over going past here, doing this motion puts a lot of stress, especially in push-up position, on your rotator cuff, right where it connects up here in your front delt. So going down into chaturanga, it feels weird for me because I'm so far off the mat and I want to like look cool and go all the way to the mat. And when I go all the way back down, I'm very flexible there. Doesn't mean that I should. It really will hurt my rotator cuff. So going into chaturanga, going in the downward, going down from your mat at all, in all positions from plank, go here, stop here, and then slide through. Okay, so keep your elbows no higher than basically the top of your back when you're in plank position. I'll show you what I mean. So go here, go down to chaturanga. I don't want to go any further than this. Okay, that's it. And then come up, bam, just like that. So, it's my video for you guys today. Hope you learned a lot. Tighten the core, screw the arms in, front of the elbows facing forward. You guys are going to rock. Peace and love.